Good evening, folks, and happy Tuesday night to you. I am Les Talk. Thank you for joining us here. We are at Lakeside Medical Arena here in Chicago, Illinois, as we have an international matchup. Here's the Edmonton Dinos stroll on into Chicago. We're ready for a great matchup between these two teams. We are through the national anthems, ready for the opening draw. A lot of red in the building here tonight between the Dinos and the Lakers. Edmonton with the draw. Durant on net, and it's denied there to the side of the cage, and Kovalchuk will take it for Chicago. Up to Pekkanen, across the blue line. Volke Pekkanen loses the puck there, and Ricky Durant carries away. Durant now to Abatangelo. Abatangelo kicks it up the boards. Abatangelo will continue with it. He'll get it up to Draper, over to Ellis. Loses the puck there. Vladimirescu over to Durant. Durant back to Petrovic. Petrovic down low to Simonson. Now Durant. Durant to the middle. Puck comes back on net there. I think it might have been Draper, his own man, that forced it back to Hawk. Durant now from behind the net to Simonson. He loses the puck there, and we will have a fight here. So Draper will go up against Vladimirescu after he hammered Barney Simonson along the boards there. So they continue to go at it here in the corner. And down goes Draper. So Vladimirescu, defending his teammate, defending his captain, comes in and gets the win against Draper. As those two will head to the box and sit for 5. So less than 2 minutes in, we already have our first penalties, as we'll have dueling fighting majors, 5 minutes for each. Mets will retreat in his own zone, and we're back to action here from Chicago. Chicago currently sitting in second place in the America Division. A regulation win here today would get them tied with Detroit atop the America Division. Mets with a shot blockered away there. Campbell reverses to Stafford Spears. He'll advance to Petrovic, over to McCoy. Edmonton with an opportunity to get closer to their rivals, Calgary. Backhand there by McCoy is denied. And now Mets will have it. Chicago currently sitting at 29 points in the standings. Detroit ahead of them at 32. New York right behind them at 28, so it is still very tight. They are in second place, but not by much. They have played one less game than New York and Detroit, so this game would actually be big for them, as we have a power play coming up here for Chicago. So a slashing call as McCoy just trying to get the puck free. Guilty of the slash there. Ellis now ready for the faceoff against Alexiev. And Ellis able to kick it back. Slavic walks down. Shot is blocked there. Ellis now with the puck to Kovalchuk. Oh, and it's blocker save there by Rye. Mirko Gross to the middle on the backhand. And he scores! So the poke check there by Daniel Rye actually pokes it right to where Gross was headed. Gross able to get it back onto it and fires it with the backhand. Past the netminder there to get the first goal on the board here tonight. Chicago back down in the Edmonton zone. Looking for some more action. Rye will keep play going. Puck loose there, and it will be offsides. It did come out of the zone, and Kovalchuk did not reestablish. Detroit will have a game later tonight against Boston, so Detroit will have a chance to match whatever Chicago does here today in that race for the first place spot. Puck loose in front. Kovalchuk over to Pekkanen. Oh, and a good setup there, but Rye able to sniff it out. Remember, Chicago was the last America Division team, and they score again. Semyon Kovalchuk this time. Set up by Skov and Pekkanen. As I was saying, Chicago, they were the last American team to get a point on the season. And they have worked their way to a playoff position at the moment. So we look like we might be in store for a big goal game here between Chicago and Edmonton. Edmonton currently sitting at 21 points, 4th place in the Canada Division, 9 points back of Calgary, 11 back of Montreal for that playoff position. So Edmonton, a lot of work to do to get into playoff positioning right now. Right now, I think their goal is to just catch their rivals in Calgary. Benedict now across the blue line. Alex Benedict retreats, gets it over to Havlicek. Now to Boothman, down low, denied. And Rye will hold right there. 12.5 minutes left to go here in the first. 2-0 in favor of the Lakers. Draper with a shot that gets blocked away. Janovic will take it. Austin Janovic on the attack to the red line. Now enters the zone. Ozul's now behind the net. Abatangelo will take it away. Yura Kovac into the zone, taken away by Draper. Draper back to the action after the fight with Vladimirescu. Desari and Sokolov to the corner. And then a shot there by Sokolov is squeezed by Daniel Rye, and he'll hold right there. Shot stopped there by Chicago. The rebound was available, but Westerman for Edmonton able to get it away. Westerman across the blue line and will flip it in. Puck rims all the way around where Vladimirescu will have it. He'll kick it up the boards to Campbell. Loses the puck there. Vladimirescu behind the net. In front hole, and Campbell just puts it wide. Durant now on it. Durant to the middle. Campbell playing up on that top line with the injury to Barty Simonson. Durant there, stopped again. And now Durant. And he scores! It'll be Vladimirescu. Off the great setup by Ricky Durant. So Edmonton creeps back closer, cuts that lead in half, makes it a 2-1 game here. So we approach the halfway point of this first period. Slavic to Metz. Metz then gets bodied off. Westerman reverses the puck. Vladimirescu now to Durant. A lot on this top line as always, but now it's going to be maybe even a little bit more with Barney Simonson going out, kind of hampering the lines behind them. We'll see if Campbell right now on that top line, see if they decide to go with McCoy at any point here tonight. Westerman now with the puck. Westerman reverses, goes cross ice, over to Poisaris. Garrett Poisaris gets it sticked away. Mills over to Metz. Alexander Metz blockered away by Rye. Westerman will pick it up and get it to Langenberg to Bassani. Fourth line now out there fully for Edmonton. Bassani with a 2-on-1. Langenberg down low to Poisaris, and it goes off the side of the net. Skov to Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk across the line. Kovalchuk with a goal earlier tonight. The second goal on the day for Chicago. Edmonton into the zone. Puck loose there. They'll continue to battle for it. Ellis. Slavic now to Pekkanen. Pekkanen over to Ellis. Ellis loses the puck there. And now Petrovic with it. And Ozul's going to be tripped up, so Christian Skov is going to go off for a penalty here. Unhappy with the call there, but a pretty easy call there on Christian Skov. Face off now here to the left of Hawk. Edmonton with an opportunity to get this back to an even game as we sit 2-1, 6:23 left here in this first period from Chicago. Edmonton now looking to get up ice as Langenberg now carries. Langenberg goes up ice to McCoy. McCoy across the blue line. McCoy pulls up Durant. Stopped there by Hawk, and he'll just sort of shove it toward the corner with the stick. Stafford Spears now with it. Darian Stafford Spears over to O'Zools. To Mills. Mills will backhand it out. Stafford Spears to Langenberg. Boothman now to Mills, and Mills will flip it in. Durant now to McCoy. McCoy across the red line. He'll continue. McCoy over to O'Zools. Down to McCoy. Shot doesn't get through. Just kind of weakly comes towards the net, and Hawk jumps on it. 5:03 left here in the first. Chicago with a 2-1 lead on the Dinos. Continue the power play here for another 32 seconds. Edmonton wins another draw. Westerman to Petrovic. Petrovic unable to get anything there. Now Sorensen, and it'll be flipped out by Metz. Puck's in all the way down, and it'll be picked up by Westerman. Westerman up ice to Petrovic. Petrovic now to Sorensen. Sorensen sticked away there. Sorensen in front, he scores! So the loose puck there, and Ralph Sorensen picks up another loose puck and sends it home. .438 here. Noel Olofsson loses the puck there. Now Ellis with it. Up to Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk with a great chance. In front. Denied. And Pekkanen at the side of the net. Can't get a shot away as he's dislodged from puck. Ellis denied there by Rye. Olofsson trying to skate away. He'll get it up to Durant, who's able to get it out to Vladimirescu. They'll break out. Ellis now on the puck. Up to Pekkanen, now to Skov. Christian Skov in the corner. Up high to Pekkanen, over to Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk to Pekkanen. Oh, and that puck is loose there and denied. Vissarion Sokolov against O'Zools. Sokolov wins it back. Skov to Slavic. Goes cross ice, and Sokolov with the shot doesn't get through. Alexiev will retreat. Looks to get it up ice. He'll turn back once again. Now Stafford Spears goes cross ice to O'Zools. Philip O'Zools across the blue line. He'll continue. Feeds it back to Petrovic. Petrovic goes cross ice. Kovac now on it. He'll turn it over there. Cade Swisher. 2 minutes now in a 2-2 game. Chicago with the first 2 goals. Gross and Kovalchuk. And then answered by goals by Vladimirescu and Sorensen for Edmonton. Chicago now Swisher with it. Up to O'Zools, and now Petrovic. Edmonton will carry. First back to Stafford Spears, turned over there. Sokolov up to Metz. Alexander Metz at the dot. Shot there, stopped by Rye, and he will hold right there. Edmonton with the puck, up to McCoy. McCoy across the blue line. He'll continue to carry and loses the puck there. Puck loose at the near boards, and now Sorensen. Sorensen in the slot, stopped there by Hawk. Oh, and the puck was loose there in the blue paint for a second. Came free. Sorensen with another chance. Can't get through. Campbell on the backhand. Flips it back to Petrovic. Can't get a shot through. And now Mills will be able to clear it, and that will do it as the horn sounds here from period 1 at Lakeside Medical Arena. 2-2. The score here as we head to the first intermission. We'll rejoin you for the start of the second period right after this. All right, welcome in, folks. We are ready for the second period I am Les Talk, happy to be with you here on a Tuesday night. A triple header of PIHANA action coming your way. We are here in Chicago at Lakeside Medical Arena. As now Edmonton will carry the puck. 2-2 the score here as we enter the second period. First two goals of the game, Mirko Gross and Semyon Kovalchuk for Chicago. The Gross goal coming on the power play. It was then answered Vladimirescu with a 5-on-5 goal and Ralph Sorensen with a power play goal. Barney Simonson is out of the game, went down in the first 2 minutes after a heavy hit by Tyrone Draper. Led to a fight between Vladimirescu and Draper, and that sent Barney Simonson to the bench and to the dressing room after that. Vladimirescu kicked out, and they score on the rebound. It'll be Ben Campbell. So the man playing up in Barney Simonson's place on that top line, able to bury that rebound past. So now 3 straight for Edmonton as they take a 3-2 lead here on Chicago. Draper loses the puck at the red line. Will be sent in by Edmonton. Abatangelo will retreat. Looks to get it up ahead, and he'll get it to Mills. Over to Gross. Gross will continue with the puck. He'll go cross ice to Mills. Mills with some room down to Metz. Can't stuff it past Daniel Rye. And it'll be held right there. Gross wins it back. Abatangelo to Draper. Goes cross ice. Metz and Gross can't do anything there. Petrovic now with it. Petrovic loses it to Metz. Metz turns back. Gross can't get the puck through there, and Alexiev will take it. Alexiev able to get through. Now Kovac with a chance. Shot blocked in front, and Metz scoops in to grab it. Alex Mills over to Gross. Gross bodied off the puck, and then Mills loses it there. Kovac retreats, gets it up to Ozuls. Ozuls across the blue line, along the near boards, trying to fend off Skov with the puck, and Gross will actually scoop in on the back check to take it. David Boothman, they come 3 aside, turns it over there. Campbell on the attack with Alexiev, goes cross ice to Sorensen. Sorensen into the zone. Now to Alexiev, kicked out there by Hawk. Campbell was on that rebound, ready to go. And a one-timer there, stopped by Hawk, and he'll hold right there. Havlicek against Sorensen here in the dot. Sorensen able to kick it back to Janovic. Up high to Olofsson. Sorensen in the high slot. Not really sure if that was a shot or if he was just trying to pass. Either way, it was deflected weakly towards the net. McCoy now with the puck. McCoy on the attack. Loses it there to Sorensen. Sorensen with a shot doesn't get through, and Boothman will have it. Loses it there to Janovic. Down low to Sorensen. Campbell with the shot doesn't get through. Campbell on the backhand. Retreats, then loses the puck there. Benedict goes up ice to Havlicek. He'll go cross ice to Boothman. Boothman tried to get it to the middle, and Campbell will intercept. Campbell up ice to Poisaris. Diedrich Langenberg now. Langenberg turned over to Benedict. Havlicek with it. Havlicek loses the puck there. Campbell goes cross ice to Langenberg. Langenberg to the red line. Over to Poisaris, who loses the puck. Boothman to Ellis. Ellis up to Kovalchuk. Oh, and Kovalchuk gets obliterated there. Joel Olofsson. Hawk stopped there. Ellis against Ozuls. Abatangelo with it. Gets it up ice to Pekkanen. Retreats. Turned over there. Jura Kovac. He's going to be tripped up. Pekkanen going to go for 2 minutes. So Edmonton already with a 1-goal lead. now heads to the power play with an opportunity. Face-off one there. Smirnotov gets bumped there, and now they'll dig away at it. Vladimirescu goes up high over to Stafford Spears with a slap shot, and it goes high over the net. Looks like it went off the blocker of Hawk, and it'll be cleared by Chicago. Stafford Spears up ice to Poisaris. Poisaris taken away by Metz. Metz into the zone, and he'll just flip in. Comes through to Vladimirescu, and now Durant will have it. Now to Sorensen. Sorensen trying to fend off Smirnotov. Looked like it was deflected on net by Vladimirescu and stopped there by Hawk. 3-2 the score here. 11:24 left here in the second. Ricky Durant already with 2 assists here tonight. Langenberg against Gross. Langenberg wins it back. A little over a minute left here on the power play. Langenberg can't get that shot through, and Gross will reverse it to Petrovic. We have 2 Petrovics here tonight, Liko and Dimitri. And that will go as an icing as that stretch pass misses its target, and we will head down into the Edmonton zone for a face-off. 11:03 here in the second. Face-off one there by Edmonton. McCoy with the puck. Over to Stafford Spears. Stafford Spears to the red line and then retreats and loses the puck. He'll be able to skate back on it. Get it over to McCoy. Now Durant up to Langenberg. Langenberg to the middle. Can't quite get through, and Gross will go off the boards and out. Stafford Spears to Bassani. Over to McCoy. McCoy with a 2-on-1 with Langenberg. Langenberg down low. Oh, and a great play there by Liko. And Petrovic will clear it, and that will do it for the penalty. We're back to 5-on-5 as Pekkanen grabs the puck fresh out of the box. Liko Petrovic. The big defenseman turns it over. And now McCoy will have it. Pekkanen with the puck over to Ellis. Ellis pulls up, gets it back to Slavic at the point. Kovalchuk to Skov. Down low to Ellis. Back to Kovalchuk to Slavic with a shot that goes way wide. McCoy to Langenberg. Langenberg loses the puck there, and now Stafford Spears will turn back, get it to McCoy over to Bassani. Bassani loses the puck there. Puck will be flipped in. Stafford Spears is going to be pressed there against Ellis. Durant, Stafford Spears, Bassani. Bassani to the red line, retreats back. Bassani tries to get it up ice, and Ellis will pick that one off. Now Swisher into the zone. Ellis tried to get a shot through, and it was blocked. Now Swisher in the high slot can't get a shot away as McCoy will take it. McCoy retreats in his own zone, goes cross ice to Bassani, and now Bassani will look to get up ice. Bassani hammered there by Draper. Deontay Ellis now. Over to Sherrill and can't get the shot through. McCoy now with it. Up ice to Bassani. Bassani sticked away, and now Sherrill will pick it up in his own zone. Lyle Sherrill retreats. Now looks to get it up ice. He'll get to the blue line and flip in. Stafford Spears with it. Hammered there. Big hit by Viseri and Sokolov. Bassani going to be pressed there against Petrovic right at the Edmonton bench. They'll continue to fight and joust away at it, and Sherrill will be the one that's able to come away with it across the blue line. 3-2 lead here for Edmonton. Havlicek with a shot down low, and it's stopped there by Ryan. He'll hold right there. Havlicek now against Ozuls. 5.5 minutes left here in the second. Ozuls wins it back. Janovic up ice to Kovac. Kovac goes cross ice to Alexiev. Alexiev trying to cut in. He'll lose the puck. Kovac kicked out by Hawk. Ozuls tried to get to the middle and feed it in front to Alexiev, and it went off the post now. Alexiev with another opportunity. Havlicek, that'll be offside. Face off now, Ozuls against Havlicek. Ozuls wins it back. Wolfson goes to Kovac. Kovac now to Ozuls, over to Janovic, to Kovac. Petrovic up ice to Havlicek. Clanged off his stick for a second, then he's able to get back to it. Smirnotov loses the puck right at the blue line, and Ozuls will turn back up ice. Alexiev hammered there by Petrovic. Smirnotov gets hit there by Ozuls. Puck loose in front, and Boothman will take it. Benedict to Janovic. Campbell now. Campbell loses the puck there. Draper up to Mills. Mills over to Havlicek. Havlicek across the blue line. Havlicek puts on the brakes. Tries to feed it down low. And it's going to be a penalty coming up here on Edmonton. Ellis now against Sorensen. 2.5 minutes left here in the second. Chicago 1-1 on power plays here tonight. Gross with it over to Ellis. Ellis loses the puck there, and Ozuls will take it. Ozuls will go off the glass and out. Batangelo with it to Gross. Up to Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk to the middle. Now Gross with a chance. Denied there. And then Gross tried to fire it through once again, and Rye holds that one. Edmonton will flip that puck out. Chicago now, Abbatangelo to Ellis. Ellis trying to make a move, he'll just flip it in. Kovalchuk looked like he had a chance at it, but he pulls back. And now Joel Olofsson will have it. 45 seconds left here on the power play for Chicago. And Gross with a chance in front, can't get a shot through. Gross with a power play goal earlier tonight. Abbatangelo looking to get it up ice. He will to Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk kicked out there by Rye. And now Janovic with it. And Janovic will flip it out. As that'll do it for the Chicago power play. So Edmonton with a big kill. Gross now with it. Gross looking to get up ice. Just on sides with Ellis. Sorensen up high to Vladimirescu. Vladimirescu sticked away. Puck will be retreated by Skov. He'll then flip it cross ice to Abbatangelo to Kovalchuk and Gross, and that is going to do it. So the end of two here, Edmonton with a 3-2 lead on the Ben Campbell goal. Here in the second period, we'll take our second intermission and rejoin you for the start of the third period right after this. All right, so a quick break, and we are ready for the third period here from Lakeside Medical Arena in Game 1 of our Tuesday tripleheader here. Ellis facing off against Durant, ready to go, and Durant wins it back. Stafford Spears will retreat in his own zone and then look to get it up ice. He'll get it over to Campbell. Kovalchuk with the puck. Gets it cross ice to Petrovic. Petrovic across the red line, enters the zone. Vladimirescu loses the puck there. Draper to Kovalchuk, now to Abbatangelo. Abbatangelo into the zone. Sticked away, and Rye had it on his stick for a second, looked to flip it out, but couldn't find an outlet, so he will just get on top of that and cover it. Minute 15 into the third period here. Chicago with a slight lead on shots, 21-20, but Edmonton with the lead where it counts, 3-2 on the scoreboard tonight. Ellis wins it back to Draper, shot doesn't get through, and now Kovalchuk on his backhand. It'll get kicked to the corner. They'll battle there along the far boards, and Abitangelo tried to keep it in, but it will be offside. Ellis against Ozuls. Ellis wins it back. Abitangelo now. Abitangelo to Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk tried to get in, and he's bumped off the puck. Daniel Rye will jump on top of that and hold right there. Gross wins it back. Draper over to Abitangelo. Now to Gross. Gross with a shot that goes way wide. Jurek Kovac with it. Gets it over to Petrovic. Petrovic to Alexiev. Alexiev over to Kovac. Now to Stafford Spears. Stafford Spears to Alexiev. Kovac across the blue line. Alexiev will retreat. Get it over to Kovac. Kovac will lose the puck there. Mirko Gross now with it. Gross retreats. Gets it up ice to Mills. Now to Metz. Alexander Metz. Pauses. Down low to Mills. Mills up high to Abitangelo over to Draper. Now to Gross. To Mills. Denied there by Rye. And he'll hold right there. Face off now. Havlicek against Sorensen. And Sorensen with the quick draw, able to get it away. Olsen now to Campbell. Campbell to the red line. Now they'll enter the zone. Campbell with a goal tonight, playing up on that top line. Right now he's with his usual second pair of McCoy and Sorensen. Benedict bumped off there, and Olsen. McCoy to Janovic. Janovic across the blue line. He'll continue. Janovic hammered there. Boothman able to get it out of the zone. But Chicago needs to go on the offense right now. They can't just keep getting it out of their own zone. Blockered away there by Hawk. Puck comes wide of the net there. Sorensen on the attack. Campbell then gets bodied there by Abitangelo. Havlicek tries to carry away, and Janovic will take it away. Campbell over to Westerman. Puck loose there. Janovic up to Bassani. Over to Sorensen. Garrett Poisaris loses the puck there. Havlicek to Benedict. Benedict over to Boothman. Slap shot. Oh, it just went high. Rocco Biondi over to Bassani. And a trip here. So Marko Slavic going to be guilty of a trip here. Big trip there is now Edmonton with a 1-goal lead. Looks to get an insurance marker here. 13-13 left here in the third. Face-off won by Edmonton. Shot stopped there. And then the rebound couldn't go for Vladimirescu. Puck is loose behind the net. Petrovic comes out from behind the net, gets it up to Metz. Metz across the blue line. He'll lose the puck, and then Durant pressed there by Metz. Durant kicks it up the boards to Poisaris. Garrett Poisaris with it, retreats. Gets it up ice to Stafford Spears. Stafford Spears across the line. Down low to Sorensen. Poke check there by Hawk, and he'll hold right there. Face off one there. Vladimirescu denied by Hawk. Draper trying to kick it free. Poisaris with the behind the net. To Sorensen, one-timer by Vladimirescu. Blocked by Smirnotov. Smirnotov up ice to Boothman. Boothman over to Draper. Draper to the blue line and in. Durant feeds it up ice to Vladimirescu. Sorensen with the puck. Across, they score. It'll be Ricky Durant. Able to feather that one through and beat Ben Hawk. As that will be the power play marker there. Set up by Sorensen and Vladimirescu. Stafford Spears loses the puck there, feeds it ahead to Durant. Now Mets, Chicago in need of a goal, trailing by 2. It's been 4 straight by Edmonton. So Chicago with the first 2 of the goals of the game, and it has been all Edmonton ever since. And Gross there with a chance there. Daniel Rye has been great in net for Edmonton. And it'll be an offside call there. Face off now just outside the Edmonton zone. Chicago, they got 10 minutes to try and gather themselves and get back in this. Puck will be sent down deeper into the Edmonton zone. Not impossible here for Chicago. But they got to get some offense going. They've been kind of stymied here in the third period. Deontay Ellis across the red line. He'll flip it in. Stafford Spears up ice. And going to be a tripping call here again. So an unfortunate turn of events here for Chicago. They give up the power play goal to Ricky Durant. And now they just go right back onto the penalty kill, trailing by 2. An absolute must kill here for Chicago. So we're at 9.5 minutes left here in the third, trailing by 2. Mets to the red line and in. Chicago might look to go on the advantage here if they get a chance shorthanded. Langenberg across the blue line. Langenberg across to McCoy, blockered away by Hawk. Petrovic over to Slavic. Slavic up to Mets. Mets with the puck, he'll lose it there. Mets gets to the middle, can't get the shot through. Westerman will have it. Jack Westerman retreats, then gets it up ice to McCoy. Conrad McCoy across the red line. Gonna be knocked off the puck there. Slavic to Gross. Marco Gross will flip it in, and that puck will go out of play. Face off here, and it'll be won by Edmonton. Stafford Spears across the blue line into the zone over to Sorensen. Loses the puck. It'll come on net to Hawk. He'll guide it to the corner. Now Batangelo is going to be tripped up, so we'll go to 4-on-4 play here for 34 seconds here in the third. Big opportunity now for Chicago. Is Sorensen going to be guilty of the trip? Face off one there. Skav walks down. Shot kicked out there by Rye. Janovich with it now. 4-on-4 for another 20 seconds here. Durant with it. Durant on the attack as they're about to go shorthanded here. Puck sticked away. And will be picked up by Kovalchuk right as the penalty comes off the board. So a power play now for Chicago. 7.5 minutes left here in the third. They need one to get things back to an interesting point here in the third. 4-2. Edmonton currently in the lead. Christian Scott will get it up to Mills. Mills tries to advance. He'll get it to Metz. Alexander Metz across the blue line. He'll pause. Get it back to Skov. Down low to Pekkanen. Pekkanen bumped off the puck there. And they'll dig away at it. Pekkanen will kick it along the boards. Draper with it. Draper tried to feed it to the middle, and Stafford Spears will pick that one off and flip it all the way out. Puck will be picked up by Christian Skov over to Mills. Mills across the blue line. He'll continue to carry, and Vladimirescu will take it away. Vladimirescu sends it down the length of the ice. Christian Skov with it. He'll get it over to Draper, over to Pekkanen. Pekkanen across the red line, enters the zone. Volke Pekkanen to Mills. Down low Metz. Oh, couldn't jam it home. Mills now behind the cage to Pekkanen. Denied there by Rye. And Pekkanen going to be guilty. So a penalty coming up here on Chicago. As we are back to even strength. Durant carries through. He'll be bumped off the puck and touched up there by Chicago. So another Mistake by the Lakers. Sfolke Pekkanen will head to the box. Marco Gross now against Langenberg. 5:34 left here in the third. Gross wins it back. Draper with it. Over to Smirnotov. Smirnotov looking to carry up ice. He'll retreat, get it up to Draper. Over to Gross. Gross to the red line. Cross into the zone. Gross puts on the brakes. Loses the puck there. Smirnotov with it. Smirnotov will walk down the boards and he'll lose it there. McCoy will retreat behind. Lose the puck up to Draper. Over to Benedict. Benedict with a shot glove by Rye, and he'll hold right there. Mets now against Langenberg. And it'll be one there. Westerman with it up to McCoy. And now McCoy. Cross the zone, loses it there. Slavic with it. Slavic loses the puck. Havlicek will have it. He'll get it cross ice to Petrovic. Petrovic to Havlicek. Havlicek loses the puck there. They'll continue to battle away. McCoy loses it. It'll come on net to Rye. Havlicek short-handed, trying to dig in against Westerman. And he'll bump McCoy there. Continue to bump McCoy. And now it finally gets free to Petrovic. He'll look to get it up ice to Langenberg. Langenberg to the blue line. Langenberg, he's going to be tripped up, so another Chicago penalty. Petrovic, I'm not sure what he's doing. He has Langenberg dead to rights in the corner. Just a mistake there from the big check. Yeah, I'm not really sure what he's thinking there. Just mistake upon mistake upon mistake right now from Chicago. Smirnotov will pick that one off. He'll go on the attack. Gets it over. Now Petrovic. And he hammers. Couldn't tell what Chicago Laker that was. It is Boothman that he hammered. Pekkanen with a chance down low. Loses the puck. Pekkanen back with it. Met there by 3 Dinos. And Petrovic will carry away. Petrovic to Vladimirescu. Vladimirescu across the blue line. Stops. Shot glove by Hawk. And he will hold right there. Sorensen against Mills. Sorensen able to win it back. Stafford Spears to Durant. Durant loses the puck there. Stafford Spears to Durant now. Stafford Spears with the slap shot doesn't get through, and Smirnotov will take it away. Smirnotov across the blue line. Pauses over to Mills. Shot blockered away by Rye. Boothman behind the net. 2:45 left. Last chance for Chicago here. Need to get at least one more to feel comfortable about pulling the goalie. And they probably will still, but you know it's a bit of a long shot at that point. Vladimirescu, and it's on the goal line, and Hawk able to scoop it away. I believe it's in his glove there. Let's see, comes up with a big save. Face off now, Mets against Langenberg. Mets wins it back, Slavic with it. Up ice to Skov. 25 seconds left here on the power play. Chicago going on the attack and loses the puck there at the blue line was Mets. Alexiev over to McCoy. Glove by Hawk. And he will just hold it right there. Just over 2 minutes now left here in the third. Face off now. Langenberg against Mets. And Mets able to win it back to Slavic. Up ice to Havlicek. Advances to McCoy. Excuse me, to Skov. Petrovic now with it. Goes off the skate of Westerman now to McCoy. To Campbell. Back to 5-on-5 play here. As Chicago with their last chance here. Under 90 seconds now. In front, McCoy. Oh, can't jam it home against Hawk, and he will just hold there. 1:22 left here in the third. Face-off won by Edmonton. Sorensen with a chance, kicked out there. Oh, I couldn't tell, was that Campbell lurking there on the doorstep. Looking to jam it through Hawk, and he couldn't quite. Face-off now, Ellis against Sorensen. Time running out on the home team here tonight. Fans very anxious, wanting something to cheer about here. In the last minute, puck will be flipped in by Pekkanen. Janovic will have it. Janovic unable to clear it himself. He'll get it up to Sorensen. Sorensen over to Olofsson. Goes cross ice to McCoy. McCoy to the red line. Enters the zone. McCoy will just flip it in. They couldn't get Hawk out with the flip in. They were hoping to just kind of carry into the zone to keep possession. Skav will go on the attack. Gets it up ice to Pekkanen. And there goes Hawk. Running out of time here. Slavic, and his stick shatters on the slap shot. Durant will just flip that one in. It'll come all the way around. Skav pressed there. Kicked up the boards. Campbell unable to get a shot away. Ellis to the red line and in. Puck will be picked up there by Kovalchuk. As the time is going to run out here on the Lakers. 5 seconds. Campbell with the empty netter goes way wide. But it does not matter, as the Edmonton Dinos come into Chicago and come away with a 4-2 victory here today. Big win for the Dinos. Tough loss for Chicago. This is one they felt like they needed to win, as they still sit in second place. New York can't catch them. New York not playing tonight. See if Detroit's able to create a little distance between them. Anyway, enjoy our few highlights we have for you here, and we'll rejoin you for our post-game stats and information right after this. All right, folks, welcome back. We are here for our post-game stats and information from the Edmonton Dinos 4-2 win on the road here against the Chicago Lakers. A big win for the Dinos as they creep ever so much closer to the Stallions ahead of them at the moment. Stats here from the night that we have on your screen there. Edmonton leading the way with shots 30-28. Chicago then edge in hits 27-16. Faceoffs go the way of Edmonton 25-21. Both teams with a power play goal. Edmonton with 2 of them from Sorensen and Durant on their 6 opportunities, and Chicago with 1 from Mirko Gross on their 3 opportunities. No shorthanded goals either way tonight. Take a look at the Dinos tonight here. Their stats: Durant and Vladimirescu with a great game, 1 goal and 2 assists each for their 3 points. And then Campbell and Sorensen with 2 points each, a goal and an assist. And that's it for points. Nobody else with a point here tonight. So Poisaris, Bassani, Biondi, McCoy, Ozuls, Alexiev, Kovac, Westerman, Olsen, Langenberg, Janovic, Petrovic, Stafford Spears, and Simonson went down with an injury in that first period, hence his only minute 51 played here tonight without a point tonight. Take a look at our shots leaders. I see McCoy with 7. That is going to be the leader. Vladimirescu with 6, and then Durant and Sorensen, the goal scorers, with 4 as well. And then our hits leaders tonight: Joel Olsen with 6, Janovic with 3, and then a whole host of Dinos with 1 after that. Then the goaltending: Daniel Rye with a good performance here tonight, 28 shots against, comes up with 26 saves for a .929 save percentage for the American goaltender. Now to the other side of Chicago: Semyon Kovalchuk with 2 points, a goal and an assist. Mirko Gross with a goal, and then Ellis, Pekkanen, and Skav with assists as well. So it was a little bit of a top line against top line, as Skav honestly is kind of the only guy that is a bit of a depth scoring that gives you an assist there. A point here tonight: Slavic, Abitangelo, Draper, Benedict, Boothman, Mills, Swisher, Havlicek, Petrovic, Smirnatov, Metz, Shero, and Sokolov unable to come up with a point here tonight. Our shots leaders: I see Metz with 5, and he is the leader. Kovalchuk with 4, Gross with 4, and Pekkanen with 4 as well. And then our hits leaders, we have Slavic and Draper tied at 5, and then Havlicek with 3, and then a whole handful of Lakers: Boothman, Ellis, Skav, Petrovic, and Smirnatov with 2. The goaltending: Ben Hawk gives up 4 goals on 30 shots, so 30 shots, 26 saves for an .867 save percentage here tonight. Yeah, up and down performance. Hawk, I think you want a little more offense if you're Chicago, but 4 goals, and sometimes that's not going to be good enough. Tonight it was not for the Lakers. So the first period, we see, I start with the first goal of the game, the Mirko Gross power play marker. So he's able to cut to the middle, and it was actually poke check there by Daniel Rye, comes right back to Gross's own stick. Here we'll see it from this angle. Poke check there, comes right back to Gross, and he's just able to backhand it past the netminder there. And then the other Lakers goal tonight, Kovalchuk in tight to Daniel Rye, sent down there by Skav and Pekkanen, and able to bury it past. And we have the Ralph Sorensen goal here. Sent up, it gets knocked away, and then Sorensen just kind of sticks with it. Able to kind of recapture it from Petrovic there, and able to beat the netminder. Ben Campbell on the rebound here. Slatomarescu will send it to the net. Kicked out by Hawk, and then sent home on the rebound. And then the third period, Ricky Durant, the goal that really put the game away. Here's they feather it over to Durant, and he's able to just fire it right over and knock that water bottle loose as he goes bar down on Ben Hawk here. I believe he goes short side on him here. Yeah, he does. So beats him short side and hammers it past the netminder there. So that's going to do it for our coverage here from Chicago. Again, we got another game coming up later. 2 more games coming up later tonight, I should say. Next one, though, is going to be in Minnesota as the Ottawa Mounties travel south of the border to take on the Norse in Minnesota. So I am Les Talk. Thank you so much for joining us here from Chicago. We will see you out in Minnesota coming up right after this.